callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, SarahSpiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next 2 hours, listen, call in, and watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Oh, yes, indeed. There is a light right here on WWNN, 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, and we are listening to 103.9 and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation and connecting to you to answer your questions. And let me tell you, it's an interesting time that we're getting ready for. Happy September. I hope yesterday when you woke up, you said, rabbit, rabbit. Let's bring some good luck into this lucky month of September. Wait, is it going to be lucky? What's going to happen next? I feel like I'm watching a horror movie. We don't know what's going to happen. Or maybe we do. Maybe some of your destiny is written in the stars. Maybe a part of you is carved out in the planets and the stars from the time you were born. Maybe the moon is singing your song because we are celebrating a full moon, and it's a full moon in Pisces, and we've got our emotions just running deep. Oh, deep waters, do they run deep? And we are emotionally cleansing. So if you've been feeling a little bit out of sorts, stuck, stagnant, and just feeling emotionally pent up, this is a time to please release me, right? We got to let it go because it's time, everyone, to put on your walking boots. We got to get moving because we are closing up 2020 probably sooner than we think, and probably not soon enough for some of us, but we are getting ready to wind down this year. And this energy of September is going to ask some really important questions of you. Where you going? What you doing? And do you know? What's that song? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know where you are? Do you know what's happening? Well, this is the time to get on track because life is asking you some key questions. Whether you know it or not, what have you learned from these past few months? What do you believe you can count on and what can't you count on? Who can you count on and who can't you count on? And what is important for you within you? What floats your boat? What makes you feel as if you are ready to live a life of your dreams? I know the world seems unsettled, but in a time of our dreams, anything is possible. You can create, but you need to know where you're going. You need to know what it is you want in your life. And in knowing what you want in your life, you have the ability to create it and collaborate with the stars and collaborate with the angels and your guides. And of course, follow the path that has really been carved out between you and God a long time ago. So how many of you, if you dial back the hands of time and you move into the energy of 10 years ago, 15 years ago, where were you? What has changed? What shifts have happened for you? What choices did you make about 15 or 20 years ago or 10 years ago? And where has that led you? And what adjustments do you have to make? I remember 15 years ago getting ready to open the center. It was that idea, that feeling. But then I have a conversation with an astrologer who tells me, are you ready for this? It was written in the stars. I'm like, what? It's in the stars? Like, this is my mission, my purpose, this is what I'm supposed to do? Are you kidding? It wasn't some crazy idea I had that thought I'd help the world. She said, no, my friend, you are doing what you're meant to do. I was like, wow. So all inside of you. Last week we talked about how much time we've spent together here on the radio show and how many years we've had together and how all of that came together for me way back when. 251 shows to be exact. 551 shows to be exact. And look at the week before, we dreamed big. What are your dreams? Those haven't died because the world is in a state of uncertainty. If anything, those dreams inside of you, they're knocking on your door and they're saying, come on, I need some tending. I need you to breathe the breath of creativity and life inside so that you can live the life of your dreams, so that you can step into the personal power of who you've come to be, and just learn to create everything that you desire. By simply setting your intentions and putting your foot upon the path and doing some steps in the right direction. And steps in the right direction does not always mean that everything goes perfectly. You know, it's those missteps that really give us insight into the path that we've chosen. It's those missteps that let us tap into our own ability to solve a certain circumstance or condition, tap into our inner knowing, and of course, test our faith. And for many of us, this 2020 has been a test of faith, not knowing what was going to happen next, wondering how we were going to come up with enough money to pay for bills and things, those of you who weren't working. And then, of course, the infamous toilet paper, wondering how we were going to, that was kind of complicated. Not knowing where we were going to get our next roll of toilet paper. Did you ever think that you would be saying that? Wonder where my next roll of toilet paper is coming from? But life is uncertain now. But regardless of the uncertainty, in you, you host the answers. And in you, you open up the possibilities just by your asking, just by your trusting of who you are, who you've come to be, and that you are forever guided and protected. And there's never a mistake. Everything is guiding you perfectly on track. Even the things that seem like was not your best idea. You always manage to land on your feet. There's something magical within every one of us that gives us the fuel to dream big, gives us the ability to sit still and align ourselves with the stars and what is perfectly connected to our soul. So where were you 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Have you given yourself the credit, the appreciation to look and see how far you've come? It's a magnificent time in your life. It's a beautiful experience. And this is the time that you can create more than you ever imagined. So write down those ideas that mean something to you. And tonight, on this full moon, use the energy of the powerful full moon in all of its glory. Use that energy to shower you with its illumination, and use that energy to purify and clear everything around you so that you can release all the blockages, all the limited beliefs, and trust that something good is coming and that you have the power to create it, regardless of the circumstances and conditions. It's going to be an interesting September. I hope you've got your seatbelt fastened because you're in the driver's seat more than you know. So let's start our engines. Let's get going. And let's drive through this month knowing that we are purposefully driven and that everything we do is divinely guided. And our GPS system is not only tied to our vehicle, but is ultimately being guided by our inner knowing and by the stars. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going to go right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. I think we got people here holding. I think they've been holding since last Wednesday because it's going to be a busy time tonight. And don't go anywhere for the 7 o'clock hour because my friend Stacie Haller, she's going to be joining us and she's going to tell us how your destiny is in the stars and what we really can expect, astrologically speaking, for the month of September. Stay with us, everyone. Don't go away because you know we're going to be right back.
you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me?
Om Yoga and Wellness Studios in West Palm Beach offers classes for beginners to experts. Yoga aligns you with your inner peace, balances your energy, reduces stress, and promotes a sense of well-being. Om Yoga and Wellness is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. Learn more at omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Mention SarahSpiritual and save 50% on your first class. Om Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call SarahSpiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me?
And we're back here live on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 103.9 and 96.9. We're answering your questions, and we are going to go to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. And if you're listening to us and watching us on Facebook or YouTube, be sure to put your comments in the feed with your direct question and the birthday for yourself and anyone else that you're asking about, and try to put it all in one question. Otherwise, it's hard for us to piece the whole thing together. So we're going to go right to the phone lines, and I've got Jillian. And Jillian is in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Jillian, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Sarah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Jillian. And how can I assist you?
I was wondering if the angels had any advice for me in my career this year.
Well, this year is a time of personal growth. It is a time of networking and connections. It is a time where you find out where you're best suited and identify the people that you need to connect with to take you where you want to go. Now, this energy really begins to open up for you starting this past summer. So we're just really getting started in the energy of making connections. And your angels and your guides, of course, want you to realize that you are better than you think, more than you think you are, and you are more than qualified to do the job. You need to allow yourself and your creativity to get out into the world and get that stinking thinking to stop, because your mind is always racing in a million directions. And
Yes.
they also want you to be aware of your self-talk, what you say to yourself, because sometimes you can be quite critical and hard on yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It is going to be a year for you to make these connections so that next year, 2021, leads you in a path of a new ranking position, more money, and growth in an industry that I know is being influenced by the things that are going on in this world, but there's still room for you to grow and expand. Next year brings you increase. So keep on the path that you're on and expand your horizons so that you can have all the connections necessary to promote yourself in 2021.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome, Jillian. Thanks so much for calling. Bye for now.
Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to go to Facebook and pull up a question from our Facebook feed and see what's going on with our Facebook family. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to share the page. We love when you share the page and share the experience. Baby Cakes Love. She's like, oh, dear Sarah, my angel, please, oh, please. She says, I need some spirit messages on what's going on in my love life and my finances. First thing that I see for you, my dear, is for you, this is a time to make a change. I see movement, possibly a move for something that creates a different job role. There seems to be a shift, and I feel like the shift is a company. It comes from a company. So there's a shift in a company or an organization that gives you more money and bigger and better opportunities. And for you, for love, Baby Cakes, it seems like it's an awkward time. Love does not seem to be flowing very well. But trust your intuition. You know how to connect with people and you know what you sense. Follow that and don't get caught in a trap, Spirit says, of someone who is really leading you down a path based on their agenda, as opposed to their true, heartfelt emotions for you. Thanks, Baby Cakes Love, for your Facebook question. We're going to take another one from Facebook. Let's see who we have. Elegans Mrs. Mrs. says, hi, Sarah. I've made some necessary changes, and I know the angels have the advice I need. What is coming? With my love life, what is coming? Well, Anna Jackson, Elegance Mrs., the first thing they tell me is that this year for you is so powerful because this is a year where you step into your personal power. And the first rule of thumb for you in this 2020, as we approach 2021, is going to be tending to self-care, self-love, and unconditional love of self that leads you to the path of really having the energy of love with and for another. This is important for you to clear the decks and release the things that weren't working for you. It is a time that tunes you into your love power. When I spin back the clock of time, I feel as if when I go into the 2018 time, they tell me that was a difficult time, 2018 into 2019, especially around the relationship arena. So now we know what we know, learned what we learned, and we have a better appreciation for ourselves. Move forward knowing that you'll be fully empowered and blessed as you step upon your next birthday in the beginning of 2021. Thanks so much, Elegance Mrs. So glad to have you be here on our Facebook page. We're going to go right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. I've got to go to Brianna. Brianna is in Pittsburgh. Brianna, how are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
I'm doing great, Brianna. And this is really an important time for you because you need to explore your creativity. You need to really step into your creativity and your expansion and establishing balance of love, balance of career, which I know we're working on. And then, of course, your God sense, your source sense, your angel sense. You're really working on connecting with your angels. Is that correct?
Yeah, everything you're saying is completely true, yeah.
It is such an important time for you. And I feel as if some of the things you thought would never happen are finally right here in front of you. And you're like, Jiminy Crickets, SarahSpiritual was right. Yes?
Yeah, absolutely. It happened like it hit me like a ton of bricks. She was right under my nose. And everything else is unraveling, and it's like I went from one extreme in my life to one spectrum of like total darkness and anguish and pain and struggles, and I'm on the other spectrum of light, and it's like so beautiful, and I'm so grateful, and it's really amazing. And I was wondering why have I experienced life that way when I went from one spectrum to the other?
Well, I love that question. And first of all, the victory tastes so much sweeter when you've come from a place of feeling like you were in, I don't know, dire straits, right? So it's a much better feeling. But I believe when you listen to Stacie later on in the second hour, she gives her insight on what the astrology has to say. I'm willing to bet that astrologically speaking, you had to go through some kind of purge, some kind of release. And this is a time for you to clear up those old beliefs. And I remember you calling into the show, writing in on Facebook, and some sessions we've had. And forgive me, but we're going to go out on my dramatic limb right now. And you would be like this. When is it going to end, Sarah? Oh, my God. And I'd be like, you'll be fine, I said. It'll all work out. And you're like, how is this possible? And I said, don't worry. No. It'll be fine. Because Spirit kept saying, this too shall pass. Yeah. And, when it's feeling like a colonoscopy, it's not fun.
Really?
But for you, it was necessary because there was a level of darkness. And I speak for you, but I also speak because I know a lot of people can be able to relate to this aspect of the journey that you went through.
Right.
There was a level of darkness, so the meaning of life, the purpose of life, things not working for you, not feeling like you fit in, not feeling like you knew your purpose, not really hearing your angels or feeling it. And then when you did, people thinking, oh, you're weird. What's up with that? And just really not feeling connected here on Earth and thinking to yourself, there really is something better than Earth because this sucks. And that was something you were experiencing. And many people on the Earth are in the exact spot that you were last year.
Right.
And what do you want to tell our listeners, Brianna? Because you were there in that dark spot, questioning the validity of life, your purpose, why everything had to be so hard and harsh and uncomfortable. And now you have come through this magnificent metamorphosis. What would you like to say to our listeners that you learned in this journey from darkness to light?
Oh my gosh, I could write a book about it. Pretty much I would say to appreciate the light, you got to go through the darkness. I also learned that when we're going through the darkness, it's as if we're in a cocoon or a tunnel. And so as we're transforming in that cocoon, we don't realize that we're doing that until we're into the light. And when you enter the light, you're like, oh my gosh, look at my wings. Like, I'm free. You know what I mean? And I also say, don't give up, keep pushing through, have faith, and that doing your best and be gentle with yourself, and just never give up because there's always a new beginning. So just have hope.
Absolutely, and I love that you said be gentle with yourself because when we're going through that, then we question every decision we've ever made, and you're like, why did you do that? Oh my God, how ridiculous! And we beat ourselves up. And for you, this journey through the darkness also taught you how to love yourself. Even though some of your role models early on in life, as you and I talked about, they didn't really share this energy of love for you the way you had hoped.
Yeah.
And so you had to parent yourself, love yourself, and grow into the you've come to be.
Amen to that. Yeah, it's very true.
It is. And that was really one heck of a cocoon because you were there for a while, really.
Most of my life, yeah. It is. But it's all beautiful. It's all beautiful. Like when you look back at everything and you're in this experience, later on in time when you go through the transformation, all these good things, it's like it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful, and you understand how the Creator operates and how much it loves you, and it's just a beautiful, deep, intimate connection.
It is.
not just the divine, but heart, just with everything and everyone and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And everything does happen for a reason. Brianna, bravo. Yeah. You've come a long way. This year is going to represent this continuing of self-love, empowerment, expansion, and building a wonderful creative life with a life partner as you move forward in the days to come. So it'll be beautiful.
You hit the zinger there. Thank you so much for the confirmation too.
Yes.
I love you and appreciate you and keep it up. And I'm proud of you. Keep doing you.
I will. Thank you so much. God bless you, my dear. Bye for now.
God bless you. Bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to go right back to the phone lines, and I believe I've got to go to Seattle. I think it's Monica on the line. Not sure what the name is, but we're going to Seattle. How are you?
Hi, Sarah. I'm doing good.
And who am I speaking to? Is this Monica?
Manisha.
Manisha. Okay, Manisha. I wasn't sure. Manisha, how can I assist you tonight?
Hi, Sarah. I was calling. I recently applied for a job, and they opened up something in my area, and so I'm just seeing if there's anything for me there, if that's going to come through.
Well, let's take a look at where you are at this moment first, Manisha.
Okay.
For you at this moment, major transformation, clearing of old energies, and in an uncomfortable spot of transition. And you don't really like change. Well, you can adapt when you have to, but you don't like change being forced upon you, yes?
That's correct.
It is not comfortable for you. And when I look at this energy, the first thing they make me aware of is that this is for you to understand the purpose of your soul, who Manisha has come to be, your purpose, your desires, the reason for your breath of life, and it's more than just work. It's understanding the deep appreciation of what you bring to the table, because you're not just an employee. You are someone who brings your gifts and your talents that are value added for any organization and value added to your friendships and relationships and for the energy of all that are in your circle. Now, I also feel like there's a great strong connection to the spirit realm, to the angels, and to the guides, and they've been making themselves more known, and you're much more aware and connected to that energy. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And I also see here that when this job begins its expansion, which is kind of in the early developmental stages, so I don't feel like they have everything in place. I feel like towards the end of the month, that's when things start moving for them to move in the direction for the word they give me is the hiring process. And there's 2 steps to pass through to get to the final round of this. And so when I look at this energy, there's a definite second spot there. And so what you want to do is just match what you bring to the table with the organization and do your due diligence about the organization so they could see you have an understanding of what they bring to the table and how you are a perfect fit. I do feel there's work coming to you. I feel that like they want to move forward and hire, but something's going to slow up this hiring process. And this is where you have to keep your energy focused on, I'm the candidate, I'm the choice, and I am a part of this new division of this organization. Okay?
Okay.
And move yourself forward in that direction. And you should have an answer about this, and I'm really going to hope it gets started before October, but they should have everything lined up by October. So Mercury will be retrograde then, so just cross your T's and dot your I's for that final hurrah as you step into a new role. All right, Manisha?
Okay.
Thank you so much for following us. Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we're going right to Facebook. We've got quite the questions on Facebook, and we got whole people on our lines. So we've got to answer those questions as well at 888-565-1470. I would love to hear from you. So be sure to give us a call. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me?
Become become a yoga teacher. Om Yoga and Wellness Studio's 200-hour online yoga teacher training program certifies you as a registered yoga teacher ready to teach from the moment you're done. Om Yoga and Wellness in West Palm Beach is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. For more information, visit omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Exclusive, SarahSpiritual listeners save $100. Om Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call SarahSpiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Do you know me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are spiritually speaking to all of you all across the nation at 888-565-1470. We've got some great things coming up. We wanted to let you know that we have a class coming for forgiveness. Do you want to let go of some of the past hurts? Are you holding on to memories and grudges blocking you from living the life you desire? Forgiveness is the key to open up a life of joy and harmony. And the forgiveness is not always for someone else. It's really more for you. It's a work that you do to heal yourself and let go and release. So we're doing a forgiveness class and meditation, and that's coming up on September 22nd. In just 20 days, we're going to be tuning into our heart space and releasing our past hurts and opening up the energy of forgiveness and giving ourselves permission to move forward. I hope to see you at the class. It is available online only. You can learn more at SarahSpiritual.com. And then as we come to the close of this September month, on the 29th of September, we celebrate Archangel Michael, and we have a powerful Archangel Michael connection class that includes a meditation and a ceremony for Archangel Michael to honor the angel of protection who stands beside us with a legion of angels, always keeping us safe and governing the energy around the world so that we can be in divine order. So we're going to celebrate Archangel Michael on the 29th. I do hope you visit us online for this fabulous celebration. We've got some surprises coming up for you at that one. So visit SarahSpiritual.com and learn more about it. We're going to go right back to Facebook and pull a couple of questions from Facebook before we go right back to our phone lines. And let's see, who do we have here? Ella Wuzos. She says, any message for me? Well, Ella, the first thing that they make me aware of in this energy is that this is a time for you to have a new beginning, a clean slate. And although money may seem a little tight and not where you want it to be in the flow, there's going to be an opportunity that's going to bring you extra abundance coming in. And then it'll begin to ease some of the concerns that may cross your mind from time to time. Is there enough? Will there be enough? Am I enough? It's all going to work out, Ella Wozos. So thank you for following us on Facebook, and thank you for your question. We're going to take another one from Facebook, and let's see who we have. Karen Martin. Karen says, any important message for me? Well, Karen, from where I come from, all the messages are important. And Karen, I look to this energy and I say, hey, I see here before you new horizons, new beginnings, and I also get a sense of you being on a spiritual journey that is opening yourself up to new possibilities, new visions, and being able to align with your spirit guides and your angels. And the way I see this energy, this is the time, Karen, that you expand your life, expand connections, and I also see a shift in the financial arena, and that takes me to career, and the career seems to open up and give you new options of ways to make money. So, Karen, it's going to be an important time for you, and I feel the strong sense of your guardian angel working with you and nudging you, letting you know, hey, Karen, you're not alone. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. We're going to go right back to the phone lines. I've got to take a call from Hollandale. I got Joey Emmanuel on the line. Joey, how are you?
Oh, hi, SarahSpiritual. I am Reverend Joey Emmanuel.
Yes.
And I'm happy to hear you. Happy Archangel Michael Month.
Thank you.
I have a couple questions. I have gotten into a relationship with two people who are micromanaging all my social media.
Yes.
And fine-tuning it to make, be seen everywhere and be more specific about what I'm doing. I want to know how that is going. I feel that's a contact that's really good. It came to me. And last thing, today I stepped into my apartment outside there, and I think the person is packing. I'm pretty sure.
Good. So they did say they would leave if they didn't have everything together, right?
I haven't heard anything. I just kind of snuck in today to see what was going on, and I see there's a lot of things gone, a lot of bags already packed up.
Good. And that's playing out just the way you wanted it to, yes?
Okay. Do you feel that she's actually doing that? Because I don't have any confirmation.
Well, I do feel that by the end of the month, she's not going to be able to pay, and she's going to be out. So I feel like she's making better arrangements for herself and utilizing the money to get herself in a better situation. And hopefully, in God's grace, she'll be able to handle that financial obligation better than she was able to handle the one with you.
Okay, so that will be out of my way. Because I kept hearing to concentrate with these two people, which he specializes in websites and, YouTube. He connects everything together, Twitter,
right,
Facebook, connecting it all together. And I'm trusting him with the whole design business.
Right.
And they want me to go to London. Do you see me going there? They want to pay for my trip.
You know, I think that London is something, but it seems to be more of towards the middle to end of next year. I don't see them really moving forward with this at this time, Joey. So just see what they're able to do. You know, the proof is in the pudding. I know that they're going to give it a good go of it to get things together. So let's see what they show up with for you. But them just getting some of the pieces together will be very valuable for you. And from there, you'll be able to piggyback. I don't feel like they're the end-all, be-all. This is the sense I get. I get the sense that they're going to just kind of open up the spigot of the journey of social media for you and then allow you to move into the hands of someone else even more capable. They know a thing or two, but they're really not as sharp as they claim to be. But they're a step ahead of you, so this is good because they know that industry better than you do, and that's what you need because that's not where your expertise lies. Yes,
Okay,
Joey.
great. Because I really like that. I feel I get along great with them, so it's easy to communicate together.
Right. Perfect. So this will work out for you. Thank you, Joey. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Right.
Have a good night. Bye for now.
You too.
Bye. 888-565-1470. We're going to go from Hollandale. We got to go to Oklahoma. I got Lana on the line. Lana, how are you tonight?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great, Lana. And what's your question for us this evening?
What message? I don't actually have a question. I was going to ask if my, spirit guides or angels want me to know anything.
Well, Lana, the first thing that they are showing me here is that you're building your confidence, your courage, and you're learning to believe in yourself. And the more that you believe in yourself, the stronger your intuition and guidance will be so that you make a choice that is one that will bring you joy and happiness. Right now, we're in an explorative phase, and we are in an internal reflective phase. And between the two, you'll put your foot upon a path of your divine opening for your career and the path that will bring you the most joy. I feel like there's been a little bit of communication struggle, a little back and forth. So they make me feel like some of the things you're attempting to put together aren't quite falling into place, and you still have some uncertainty. But know that your angels and your guides are going to assist you in making a choice that you can live with and that you can enjoy. All right, my dear?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling from Oklahoma. Greatly appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
888-565-1470 from Oklahoma. I got to go to New York, New York. I got Kamini on the line. Kamini, how are you tonight?
Hey, Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing great, Kamini, and how can I assist you?
I just wanted to know about what can Spirit advise in regards to my health and relationship status? I've been feeling so drained and physically just drained. And with my relationship status, we finally, ended it. So I don't know if one is taking a toll on the other or if it's separate.
No, that's all kind of together. It's been this impending doom of this is going to end, something's going to come, and just feeling like it's, what's that song? You lost that love and feeling. And you were feeling that kind of crumble out from underneath you, and you weren't feeling like you had any control over it. And that was very draining energetically. And it's almost like, all right, now you at least know this isn't really going to go where I'd hoped it would go. Oh, but you were struggling with it for 2 years. There's been this uncertainty. So that in itself is exhausting. And I do feel that it impacted, and I'm not a doctor, but I do feel it impacted from the energy Spirit gives me, that it impacted your immune system and, kind of exacerbated headaches and sleepless nights and didn't really let you kind of enjoy life. And now it's a time for you to step into your personal power and just claim what you want to have in life. And Kamini, you'll be fine. You were fine before this person entered your life, and you'll be fine as they exit. You always land on your feet, and you are going to be well protected, and your angels are with you.
Oh, I just got goosebumps when you said that. Thank you.
You're welcome. They are with you, all around you. So just trust this, and sometimes, just sometimes, maybe more than sometimes, we all try to hold on to things that have served their purpose and are long gone. But because we're holding on so tight, because we don't know what comes next, in our fear, we hold on too long and we make it more uncomfortable for ourselves than it need be. So now that we're choosing to let it go, let's see what comes in the universe. Because when we hold on so tight, we're squeezing the life out of something, right? And when we squeeze that life out of something, we drain our own life force, and we are no longer in the connection of God because we are in a place of fear and we're rooted in the physical experience and the reactory state. But when we say, you know what, God, you've got this. I know you got me, angels. I know you're with me. I'm just going to release this and open up my hands and allow you to place in my hands, in my heart, what's next for me. That's when amazing things happen. So even though it's a little sad, and I know you feel that, dry your eyes, Kamini, because now you are ready for what comes next. It's going to be good. You'll see. Thank you, Kamini, for calling us tonight.
Thank you.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. We're going to Facebook. I just know the questions are piling up, and I want to see what's going on. Oh, my friend Angela Saxon. She says, what day in September or October should I launch my site? Angela, let me tell you, girl, do not do it in October. That is just one big cluster mess coming. So my suggestion, Angela Saxon, if you can step into the energy of doing it in the month of September, and I'm going to kind of place you into the 920, 921, somewhere in that energy, that might be ideal for you. And I hope you stay tuned in our 7 o'clock hour, because perhaps what's written in the stars and destiny with my friend Stacie Haller might give you a little more insight. Angela Saxon, don't start that website in October. Let's put the pedal to the metal, girl, and make this come together, because I just know it's going to be an awesome launch for your new business, and I'm so excited for you. But let's not get caught in Mercury retrograde. Thanks so much, Angela Saxon, for your Facebook question. We're going to pull another one from Facebook and see what we've got going on. Shantae Shannon. Shantae Shannon says, hey, Sarah, I recently did an interview for a job. I really, really want this job. Am I going to be offered the position with this company? Well, Shantae Shannon, I know that this is really a close one for you, because kind of is in your wheelhouse, your area of expertise. And I feel like it's going to give you an opportunity to expand to new horizons and new ideas and opportunities. So when I look at the energy, the way they show it to me, girl, you've got quite the energy coming for you. And I feel like it's going to be a creative, empowering time. And I feel like you are in the top 2 of who they choose for this interview process and who they choose for this position. So Shantae, if I were you on this full moon, I would release everything that didn't work for you in the past. I would release all those jobs that didn't work out. I would say I am the woman who is creating a job opportunity for me that is part of my divine destiny. And Shantae, I would claim it as mine, and I would sit and ask God and envision yourself walking through that door saying, welcome to your first day at our company. We're so glad to have you. Keep me posted, Shantae Shannon. This is a really promising opportunity for you. Thank you for your Facebook question. Well, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back in this 7 o'clock hour, we're going to continue to answer your questions at 888-565-1470. And we're going to hear from our astrologer, Stacie Haller. Stay with us. Don't go away. You know, we're going to be right back.
There's a light that shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with SarahSpiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
says goodbye. The birds ride the wind and nowhere there to go. They're just cruising by, singing a song or two for you and I. The ocean meets the sand and whispers to it too, come dance with me and lose yourself deep in the sea. Oh, the world, it works so beautifully together. Oh, the world, it seems in harmony. Why can't you and I live together in harmony? The butterfly emerges from deep within the cocoon. It was hiding for a while, getting ready to show its beauty and change. The winds begin to blow and dance with the trees and twirl the leaves around as they dance in the sunlight. The rain, it begins to fall and everything washes off, all shiny and new, just like me and you. When we were once born, the world is there together as one. The world is there together in harmony. Why can't we live together and understand who we are? Why do wars make us better when we feel like we are hurt? Why can't we love one another and give it all a chance to dance? The world, it flows so beautifully. It dances with the planets and the stars light the way. And the universe says, you are one with me. Why can't we learn to live together as one? Why can't we learn to love everyone? Oh, the world is in harmony if we follow the sun and moon and stars in the universe.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, SarahSpiritual will assist you to connect to the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. Spiritually Speaking with Sarah is presented by the Expedito Enlightenment Center in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. For the next hour, call in and watch SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope, and share love and light.
Yes, indeed, there is a light right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 103.9 and 96.9. And we are answering your questions all across the nation. But since this is our 551 show, and we are starting the month of September, I thought, wow, this 2020's been a shakeup. What's going to happen next? I had a conversation with Spirit. Spirit's like, Sarah, we can show you the drill. I'm like, well, I got the drill, but now I really need to know, what do the stars have to do with it all? So I got on the phone with my friend Stacie Haller. I was like, Stacie, do the stars predict this? What else is coming, and how much more can we take? Because it's been an interesting 2020. And she said, girl, there's some crazy stuff going down, and you really want to be aware so you can make the right choices. So I thought, I could explain it all to you, but it's not my area of expertise. So I thought, why not? Tune in and get a hold of Stacie and say, Stacie, come on the show. Let's have a little astrological chat. Astrology. Yeah, let's see what's going on. So we're going to tune in to Stacie and see what Stacie Haller has to say coming up for September. Stacie, how are you? And welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. I am so happy to be with you.
Good to have you here. So, Stacie, it's been a shakeup of a year, this 2020 for sure. So what does astrology have to do with what's going on in the world, and how does it influence our life? Like, how does astrology impact us? Not all of our listeners know about the meaning of astrology in the physical world here on the planet.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to explain it, because we're all feeling a lot of stuff going on, and we're all feeling all these energies, and it's helpful to understand why that's all happening. So I'm happy to share with you a little more information about astrology, because it's really a tool to help us navigate through these times. Your chart is the blueprint of your life and a roadmap. I know earlier in the first hour, transformation kept coming up in a lot of your calls, and you were talking about a time of transformation. And we want to talk about a blueprint, which is the roadmap. It's always helpful to have a roadmap in life. It shows you where you're going. It shows you the roadblocks ahead. It shows you the conditions you will meet. And we all know what it's like if we start on a journey without a map. It could kind of take us off our path for a while unless we know where we're going. And that's the beauty of what a birth chart can do.
And what is a birth chart exactly? Because maybe not everyone knows what that is.
It is the moment that you are born on this planet. For the very spot you're on, it's a picture of the sky, of all the planets, of all the stars, where everything is positioned the moment you are born from that exact spot on the planet. And that creates your roadmap, where the energies are in your life. It teaches you what we've brought in, our tendencies, why some things come easier to us, why some things are more difficult to us. And it presents the challenges that we're looking to meet. So it really is a roadmap. It really is a guide to tell you specifically from that very, very instant where you were born at that moment.
And I remember, and I was sharing it with our listeners in the opening hour, I remember when you and I were sitting looking at my birth chart. And you were like, girl, this wasn't some half-baked idea you came up with. This is your destiny. So we can determine what our ideal path may be or what we were really born to do by what our birth chart will tell us?
It lays out that road that you want to take for your happiness and fulfillment in this life. It shines the light on the reason that you are here and what you want to accomplish. And sometimes when we're not on that path, we can't figure out why things aren't working right for us. Why do I keep trying doing this? And your gut is telling you, maybe this isn't right. But it's not just your gut. It's your intuition into your roadmap of saying, take a look at what you're doing. There's a fork in the road ahead. Which one is going to take you to feel that fulfillment, to accomplish what you have already set to do? And if you're going to go through all the trials and tribulations of evolving, you want it to be on the path to hit your destination.
Absolutely. And haven't you found that when people are on their path of life, they repeat a lot of patterns, and then they wonder why nothing changes. So if we take a look at the birth chart, it could give us an idea of when the next opening for a shift or change may present itself and how it might be advisable to jump on that new path as opposed to repeating what we've done before.
Absolutely. And the time may not be ready for us to make the change until we've learned some of those lessons and gone down those paths. And yes, the roadmap will also say, you better take a road stop here. Stay overnight for a month. Don't move yet.
Right.
The road ahead is still being built, and you still have to do some more work before you could continue. Or when the energies are right, according to the energies in the world and your own personal chart, then the green light goes on. And you're going to want to know, all right, everything is working in my favor. God is saying, put on the gas. Now is the time to move.
Well, that's good to know, because I know a lot of people have found this year of 2020 just kind of like this frozen in time moment where things have just been a challenge for them. So it made me think to myself, what does September hold for us? Because we're coming to the close, the last 4 months of 2020. So share with our listeners what September and perhaps a little peek beyond September, and tell us where some of the roadblocks may appear, what some of the pitfalls may be, and what we can do to make our path a little more enjoyable and notice what we need to notice.
Yes, we've all been on quite the rocky year. I don't think people listening need to have an astrologer to know that 6 planets have been in retrograde and all the energy has been turning inward. So yes, it's been a very rocky year. But the good news is, as you've been talking about, we had a full moon in Pisces early this morning. The wonderful thing about the moon in Pisces is it's kicking off all the transformation you've been talking about. It's allowing us, all the energy coming from the full moon is allowing us more access to our intuitive and our psychic forces. Listen to your gut. That's going to help guide you. Use the energy of the full moon in Pisces. And it's a time for the social work. And I know, Sarah, as you've been talking to everyone about cleansing and releasing, that's part of the transformation. You can't move forward until you go through that cleansing. So this moon is allowing us to engage in our own truths and taking stock and seeing who we really are and paying attention to our spiritual needs. And it's helping us by shining that full moon energy on us to be able to go down that path.
And where is that path going to take us, Stacie? Because it's been interesting.
Oh, we're still not on a totally paved road for all of us. So we'll go through some of the things happening this month. So we're all aware of the energies in the world, and we'll know how to navigate. So we talked about the 6 planets in retrograde, so there's some changes coming for us this month. But on the positive side, that's going to help us make the transformation, is we were talking about the full moon in Pisces, but the good news also is on the 17th, the new moon is in Virgo, creating a grand Earth trine with Mercury in Virgo and Pluto in Capricorn. And that's going to help us all start grounding our ideas, start turning into our plans, seeking inside of ourselves and giving us the energies to make it happen on Earth, to sort of ground it. So use those energies, especially all of us Capricorns, Virgos, and Pisces. You're going to feel that pretty deep on that grand Earth trine. So that's going to help us start to ground our ideas and our plans. And then coming soon after that, we have Mars going retrograde in Aries. Ooh. I know, Sarah, we've been talking a little bit about that.
I am not, I need popcorn for this, because this is going to be an interesting turn of events when Mars is just in that retrograde position. It kind of stirs up a lot of angst in people. What does Mars govern for us?
Well, Mars is the warrior planet. Mars is the strong energy. Mars is the warrior, and the battlefield for Mars is the world. So it's going to be a fiery time. It's going to be a very reactive time. It's going to be a testing time. Mars is in retrograde from the 9th all the way through November 13th. So just know that these energies are out there. But it's also used to force us still be part of that reassessment in who we are, to search our inner motivations. When that energy is building up, what inside you is causing that, and what do you need to take a look at? And it's going to make us all look at it. But like you said, Sarah, it's going to be a testy time.
And we'll have our own inner conflicts to take a look at. Maybe the things we need to let go of that we've been battling to hold on to may kind of get knocked out of our hands, whether we like it or not.
And that's what these retrogrades really are all about. It is all that energy turning inward. It's making us take a look at ourselves so we can make that progress. I mean, we do get a little relief. Jupiter and Saturn are both going direct this month, so that means we need to start taking some action, and we need to make some realistic plans as to where we want to go. But realize we're going to feel the aspect of Mars over us, too. So just be aware. If your partner is being a little passive aggression, just say the energy is out there. Take a deep breath. Take a look at what that's triggering in you and what you need to take a look at for your own development.
And Jupiter, that is a planet of wealth, abundance, and expansion, right? So to have this in this position, this could put things in a little better perspective for some people.
Yes. And of course, all of what we're saying and what we're talking about right now is the energies that affect all of us. When it comes down to how is it affecting your individual life, what is going on in your day-to-day life, that's when you dive into your own natal chart and you take a look to say, okay, this is all going around in the world, but where is it affecting me? Is it affecting my family life? Is it talking about money? Do I need to look at changing the way I work? Is it looking at my relationship with family? So all those things, we're all feeling it, but we're all feeling it in different places. And that's the beauty of your own journey blueprint. So yes, Jupiter is going direct. That's going to help us get some action. But I just want everybody to take note about Uranus, which is still retrograde in Taurus. Now, Uranus is probably one of the most strongest energies we have, and it hangs out for a long time. And it's the only planet where, although we have free will in all areas of our life, we could change our roadmap. Here's the one area we don't have a lot of choice. This is where it's unpredicted, surprise events happen in your life out of your control. So it's events that you do not generate that happen to you that make you take a look at what's happening and forces you to make that transformation. And it's not about material things. It's all about your inner transformation. So while Uranus is still retrograde in Taurus, and Taurus does not like unexpected things. Taurus likes to stay calm and easy. But Uranus is going to continue to shake things up for us. So be aware that when these things happen out of the blue and you can't explain it, it's a reason that it's happening for you, and look in your life of where you're supposed to pay attention.
And it makes a difference where some of these planets are in your own personal chart, how it impacts you, and perhaps the area of your life that it may impact. Is that also true?
Absolutely. And that's why your blueprint is your individual, unique roadmap. So while we're all getting hit with these energies, your personal roadmap will highlight where it's hitting for you. And chances are that's because that's a big roadblock you need to meet and pass through successfully. And that's where the blueprint can help you figure out what that is. And usually that comes with an aha moment for someone, like, oh, that's why I can't keep doing this. And that's why I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall. So let's take a look at the roadmap and say, oh, you might have something in the trunk of your car that's going to get you through that you didn't even know you had.
That's good to know, because I think 2020 has a lot of us wanting to hit our head against the wall going, when is this going to end? So it's good to know that we've got some guidance as we transform in September and kind of move into October and November with some of these planets in their positions. And so, Stacie, how can people get a hold of you if they want their own personal natal chart and understand their blueprint, how their destiny is in the stars? How can they reach you?
Sarah, certainly they could reach me directly on your website, too. I know that they could find me in a drop-down. Or you could reach out to Stacie at DestinyInTheStars.com. I see you have it up there, Sarah.
Yes.
So you can send me all an email. Look on the website, DestinyInTheStars.com, or go on to Sarah's website. You can reach me all those ways. And we could certainly take a look at your individual destiny and the roadmap ahead for you.
Thank you. And I also believe you do some connections for people if you want to know how you are a match for your partner. And you even do a chart for those people who are having babies as well, yes?
Well, as you know, Sarah, everybody wants to know about love. So, yes, I could definitely consult with you on compatibilities. If you're looking at a partner, want to get some insight as to, is this the one? Is this not the one?
Right.
Is this the karmic one? So, yes, we could definitely get insights into looking at the compatibilities. And very recently, it's become pretty popular to do infant and baby readings and taking a look at when the baby is born, what that roadblock is. So as a parent, you see the tendencies, you see some of the roadblocks ahead, and you can kind of guide your child to grow into his own soul and his own destiny and to fulfill the tendencies that they have. So it's been great for new parents to take a look and have another tool so they can enrich their child's life.
Absolutely. You know, it sounds like it would make a great gift for someone who's going to a baby shower to give to the mother-to-be so that they can have a blueprint when the baby's born. Thank you so much, Stacie, for joining us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And those of you listening, if you want to know more about Stacie, well, you can visit her at DestinyInTheStars.com and shoot her an email and say, hey, I want to know what my blueprint is. Or, of course, you can always go to SarahSpiritual.com, drop down into Stacie Haller and see our offering and how you, too, can receive your own personal blueprint. Thank you, Stacie, for taking the time to join us here on WWNN. We greatly appreciate you and much love. Thanks for all the insight. Perhaps we'll chat next month and see how Mercury retrograde is going to shake out for all of us. But for now, bye, Stacie.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye. Thank you, everyone. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then we're going to go right back to the phone lines and to Facebook and YouTube. So stay with us. You can reach us at 888-565-1470. And if you're on hold, don't go anywhere, because you know we're going to answer your call when we're right back.
Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk.
Om Yoga and Wellness Studios in West Palm Beach offers classes for beginners to experts. Yoga aligns you with your inner peace, balances your energy, reduces stress, and promotes a sense of well-being. Om Yoga and Wellness is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. Learn more at omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Mention SarahSpiritual and save 50% on your first class. Om Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up.
Interested in relieving tension, reducing stress, and revitalizing your energy? Call reflexologist Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954 to book your session. Reflexology of the hands, face, and ears improves circulation, the functioning of the nervous system, reduces fine lines and wrinkles, and leads to a glowing complexion. Experience what reflexology can do for you today. Contact Isabel Prado at 561-682-0954.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call Sarah Spiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? I am Sarah Spiritual, and you are listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah right here on WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 103.9 and 96.9. My goodness, what channel? Did we expand and I didn't get the memo? I think we're time for expansion, everyone. So we're going to go right back to the phone lines and leave your questions in Facebook and YouTube, because we're going to be getting to our YouTube questions next, but I've got to go to Fort Lauderdale. I've got James, and James is on hold. So, James, how are you tonight?
Hey, Sarah, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Good to connect with you again. Thank you so much for following the show. Greatly appreciate that.
Always follow you.
Thank you.
Now, a couple things I need to ask you about. One,
yes.
When we had our reading, you said my health was solid.
Yeah.
It's working great. As far as, dealing with the cancer.
Yes.
But I'm having a lot of side effects, like bloating and stuff like that, and water retention.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one of the encouraging things she said, the swelling won't kill you, but the cancer will.
Yeah, what's a little puff, right? You could be the Pillsbury Doughboy for a while. That's all.
Yes, that's how I look. I look like the Michelin Man.
All right. Well, it's working, and that's what's good, and you're holding your own. And ideally, as these treatments subside, the swelling will go down as well. So this should yield you a better, more comfortable feeling to your experience.
Okay. The other question was, as far as this ongoing lawsuit, we've already filed and they've raised the ante up maybe 20,000.
Right.
But we haven't taken depositions yet. Should I just hold out? What do you feel? What does Spirit say?
Yeah, that's an interesting gamble, right? Because what you need to be sure is that everything kind of is settled behind the scenes, and that you're left at least feeling like there's something to walk away with. I mean, no one can ever replace the experience of life and what has been missed, and even your health. It cannot be restored completely because of everything. So life is forever changed. There's no price tag on that. But sometimes when you, and people like to hold out for things, James, and what happens is, they may hold out, they may even go to trial, they may get more, and then the people file an appeal. And I'm not a lawyer, but I've heard this so many times, and then everything gets held up for a period of time. And then maybe we see nothing. And we have somebody. So this is where when you do this dance, James, one must be careful to do the dance, but not try to push too hard. So Spirit is saying to you that it's really important that you come out whole in this. And I'm hearing from Spirit that there's almost like another level, not significantly more, but another level that perhaps in the right conversation, your lawyer could say, my client is ready to settle this, but the number we really want to settle with is this. It's not what they give you. It's, it's like we're playing the dance, yes?
Right.
And this way it saves them time and litigation and money and you can walk away. And since we can't really talk in terms of numbers here, Spirit is saying, you have to be careful that you feel good about what you have, but you also want your life back because they haven't taken depositions yet. Now, again, I'm not a lawyer, but this is how Spirit's presenting it to me. It's like making my head itch. I've just got so much information in it. And I have this thought in my head that, they're ready to give to you based on where you are without even having all the facts of the stories, because we haven't taken these depositions, right?
No, we haven't taken depositions.
Right. So
I'll
just
provide
imagine
them with all the information that they requested of me.
Right. But hear what I'm saying. I'm just reiterating what you said. I know that you haven't taken depositions, so I'm reiterating that so you can hear the power in what I'm about to say. So they haven't taken depositions. However, they're like, okay, we have a liability here. So let's see if we can button this up and be done with it at this number. But the pitfall of depositions is if someone doesn't present something in just the right way, they will hang their hat on that hook and try to rip the whole story apart. So they know there's liability, but you don't want to give them too much if they want to rip this whole thing to shreds. So this is where, again, it's all about a dance, James. It's all about a dance.
Right, because as we start taking depositions, the cost of the suit goes up, which means more for my attorney and less for me.
Right. So this is why I feel like you could ask your attorney, see if they can do this, whatever it is, 10,000 more, 20,000 more, and just say, if we settle on this, we will agree to settle, and this we will be done with this, and see if they agree.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. This way, maybe you can put this to bed by the end of the year.
Yeah, I hope sooner than that. Does Spirit have something? You said something to me once, and I haven't followed up on it. You said you saw me with quite a bit of extra money, and it wasn't coming from the suit.
Yeah. I say a lot of things that I see, and people look at me like I'm crazy, and then years later...
Well, I'm not looking at you like you're crazy. I just want to know, I need some guidance, and is there something that...
here's the beauty of all this, James. When I see what I see and I say just that, that means something's coming, and you don't need to know what it is. You just need to trust, and it'll appear, and you'll be at the right place at the right time, and it doesn't need the human input to make it happen.
Okay.
Might have to show up and buy a lottery ticket, but otherwise, that's all you got to do.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, James. And keep me posted. Let us know what happens. Call the center. Give me a heads up, all right? Talk to Andrew and fill us in. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Have a wonderful evening.
You do the same. Stay well. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. And we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors. And then when we come back, we've got to go to our YouTube questions and our callers on our phone lines. 888-565-1470. Stay with us, everyone. Don't you go away, because you know we're going to be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Become a yoga teacher. Om Yoga and Wellness Studio's 200-hour online yoga teacher training program certifies you as a registered yoga teacher ready to teach from the moment you're done. Om Yoga and Wellness in West Palm Beach is a Yoga Alliance recognized school with a welcoming, down-to-earth attitude. For more information, visit omyogawellness.com or call 561-410-0162. Exclusive. SarahSpiritual listeners save $100. Om Yoga and Wellness. We are yoga.
Have you ever felt alone, sensing something more is around you, but are unsure how to connect? Do you wonder if your loved ones who are deceased are among you? SarahSpiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium who can connect you with your loved ones, spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. For Sarah, life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. To contact Sarah for a personal reading, call 561-682-0956 or send an email to Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can also visit www.SarahSpiritual.com for more information. That's 561-682-0956 or SarahSpiritual.com. Let Spirit and Sarah raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah and be in the energy of light. Call SarahSpiritual now, toll free, worldwide, 1-888-565-1470. 1-888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message SarahSpiritual live on Facebook, YouTube, or Periscope.
On WWNN 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 103.9 and 96.9. And we're answering your questions all across the nation. And we're going to go to YouTube. We've got some questions on YouTube and we've got some questions on Facebook. And let's see, we have, this person is AJ, and AJ is concerned. And AJ is concerned with sending her child to school. And with everything going on, does Spirit have a message regarding me sending my child in-person instruction or trying virtually? Spirit is saying that trying virtually may be a bit challenging, but it may set you on the side of caution because there's still a lot of learning curves going on in the school system and dealing with this pandemic. So if you can sign up for a early start of virtual learning for a period of time while they kind of work out the kinks of this disease, then please go ahead and keep your child home, virtually learn, and do the best you can to assist your child it's a good opportunity for us all to get out of the box of what you're used to. And I know that your child will be able to manage and do this work very well. Thank you so much for your very important question, because I know you ask a question that a lot of parents are asking, and it is a personal choice as to what to do. Those of you who have school systems that are allowing you to keep your children home, it is an important thing to do, I believe, because it just gives us a little bit more distance as we build some more momentum of regaining our health in the world so that your children can stay healthy in the process. So thank you so much for that very important question. Who else do we have on Facebook or YouTube? We've got Mary Katie. She says, my birthday falls on the new moon, 9/17. And I do believe that that is also falling on that new moon trine that Stacie was talking about. So it's going to be a auspicious day for you, Mary Katie, and it's in your sign. I feel like Spirit is going to send me a blessing. Do I see anything from Spirit coming your way? You know what? I feel like it's a great sense of accomplishment, accountability for you, really feeling like you've stepped into your own. And this energy that I see is about creativity for you, Mary Katie. This energy of being creative and stepping out of the norm for yourself and embracing the gift that you are to the world and lining yourself up with your guides and your angels is going to be a magnificent blessing. And interestingly enough, Mary Katie, if you feel this pull to maybe play a number or do something outside the box, I feel like there's a financial reward that comes for you. Some unexpected something comes. It could come in the form of a gift or in some financial reward. So thank you, Mary Katie, and we wish you a very happy birthday on the Grand Trine on 9/17 and the new moon. Thanks so much. We will talk to you soon. We're going to take one more question from Facebook or YouTube. We've got Kevin Paul. Kevin Paul is on YouTube. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us on YouTube, and thanks for hanging out, and we hope you're still there to hear your answer to your question. And he's concerned about his health and also his vehicle. What do my angels say is coming for me in the month of September? Well, for you, this is also an important time for you to deal with taking care of yourself. You neglected yourself quite a bit. And when I spin you back to the energy of 2015, I feel like that was a time of change and maybe a bit difficult for you. And you've been building your momentum and really learning on how to take care of yourself and honoring yourself. So you're kind of righting some of the wrongs, so to speak, or choices that you took. I do feel like there's some adjustments that need to be made with the vehicle. And then once the vehicle is set, I feel like there's a movement forward that's going to bring you some consistency in the finances and something that makes you feel like you're finally arrived. If there's a thought that Spirit says that you want to go back to study some aspect of a work or a trade, go back and pick up some of the additional skills that you may need so that this will get you fully prepared for what I see coming for you, which will be a thriving career in the years to come. Thanks so much, Kevin Paul, for joining us on YouTube. We're going to go right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. And I've got to go to Pompano Beach. I've got Clara on the line. She's been holding for a while, so thank you so much, Clara. How are you, my dear?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm doing great, Clara. So glad that you're calling. Have you been following the show for a while?
Yes.
Thank you. And
yes,
you're listening to me on the radio, yes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I would like to know, I have a sleeping problems, and I would like to know if it's okay for me to take the hormones therapy.
You're having a difficulty sleeping, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to take sleep hormone, natural hormone therapy. And I would like to know if it will be okay for me or not.
You know, I feel as if this is going to be a good path for you, especially because it's the natural hormone therapy. And I'm also going to make a suggestion for you, Clara, because I also feel like the energy in your room seems just kind of heavy in the place where you sleep. So my suggestion to you from a spiritual perspective is take a clear glass of water. Take a clear glass, fill it with water, and put kosher salt in it, Clara, and put it next to your bed. And then every day, just flush it down the toilet. This picks up the energy. You'll find it brings a nice, tranquil feeling to you. I feel as if you feel anxious when you go to sleep, and the sleep is just broken and disturbed. Is that correct, please, Clara?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes.
Kosher. You said kosher.
Kosher salt. You can buy kosher salt in the grocery store. You put like a handful, like in the palm of your hand. You throw it in the glass of water and you leave it to dissolve next to your bed while you sleep, or try to sleep, until you get on your hormone therapy. But I think that this is a good route for you, Clara, and it's going to bring you some restful sleep. You know, my spirit guides tell me you're strong like bull. You are a tough woman, and you've been through so much in your life. And, well, the least you could do is have a restful night's sleep, because overall you're in some good health, Clara. And I know you want to enjoy the other days of your life to the fullest capacity. So thank you so much, Clara, for calling and listening to the show. I greatly appreciate you. And let me know how that goes for you, all right?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Clara. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
888-565-1470. I'm going to go right back to the phone lines, and we've got to go to Stephanie. And Stephanie is in Miami. Stephanie, how you doing? Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing great, Stephanie. And what's your question for us tonight?
Well, I'm just wondering what the spirit guide have for me today, or what they want to say to me.
Long and winding road. You've been on this journey for a while. You're actually getting kind of tired. And there seems to be some difficulties in this leading you to the path of the door of someone you can count on in love. Is that correct, Stephanie?
Right.
Mm-hmm. It's also a big year for your soul. Your soul is ready to expand to new levels, but you're a stubborn little one. You don't like change. And the universe is trying to pull you kicking and screaming to make some changes, because there's been a pattern of things that have happened in your life from work and personal relationships that just keep happening. And it's time to make those changes for yourself. And when I move you into the energy of after your birthday, so I'll place you in the month of December after your November birthday, I move you into the month of December, and Spirit says you kind of put down the battle, and you just kind of let God take over and take you where you need to go. I feel like there's a personal relationship around you that's proving to be problematic or disruptive, and this is something that we need to get a handle on. Does this make sense to you, Stephanie?
Yes, it does.
So we need to get a grip, and we need to let go if something's not working for us, because your energy is being stripped. This makes sense, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Open your heart to loving yourself first, and trust that God will do the rest.
Okay.
That's their message for you. So get ready to make some changes. I know you're stubborn. I know you're afraid to make changes. I know that you actually have a fear of being by yourself, too.
Yes.
Okay. You are strong, and you will be fine. And the break will do you good. And I don't see you alone for long. But we need to kind of clear house and speak your truth, because you've been pussyfooting around for a while, and it's time to speak your truth. All right, my dear?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie, for your question. Really glad that you follow the show. Appreciate you. Bye for now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 888-565-1470. I need to pull a question from Facebook and see what's going on. We don't want to forget about our Facebook friends. And we've got Holly Costanza Donaldson. I love Holly Costanza Donaldson's questions. She says, what do my angels have to tell me? I always feel them around me. And I got to tell you, Holly, that your angels have been working on fine-tuning your communication with them, fine-tuning the heart of the connection with them. And as I see this energy, Holly Costanza Donaldson, they make me aware that you are getting ready to make a positive change in the direction of closing out things that don't work for you and getting ready to have a new beginning in 2021, which makes me feel like we might move something in jobs so that we can feel much more established in something. So I feel like there's a change. It might be for yourself or for your partner. There's change coming, and these changes are going to be positive ones. So get ready, because something great is coming for you. We're going to take another one from Facebook before we go right back to our phone lines at 888-565-1470. 565-1470. We've got Sabrina Gillespie. And Sabrina says to me, hey, where am I supposed to be with my career? Well, Sabrina, one of the things that you are so good at is stepping out of the box, being very creative, and connecting with people. People relate to you. You've got a good connection, a good heart. And this feeling inside of you that helps other people feel important is something that you can capitalize on. I really feel that there's a creative side also in the energy of something public, something that is put in front of others so that you put you on a platform so that you can either speak or entertain. So there's a beautiful energy around you I want you to pay attention to and nurture. But you are best when you are here to be of service to others, especially you, because you know how to relate and you've got a creative energy. And when I look at where you're going with this career, you can look at the energy of 2021 to open the doorway and take you into a new path. So be ready, Sabrina Gillespie, because this is your time. Thanks so much for your Facebook question. We're going to go right back to the phone lines at 888-565-1470. And I got to go to Lydia. And Lydia is in Georgia. Lydia, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good, Lydia. What is your question for us tonight?
I wanted a question before my grandson.
Yes.
Why he don't want to work and don't want to better himself.
Well,
his birthday is September the 9th, September the 12th, 99.
Well, you know, here's the interesting thing here. Your grandson, this is the year where he has to discover himself. And I feel as if he doesn't have confidence. I feel like he was bullied. I feel like he hasn't been in this energy of feeling supported. And even though you've done a lot for him, he doesn't believe in himself. And he figures, why bother? And you know what, quite frankly, Lydia, you've made it, and others have made it easy for him to not really do much. So we're going to have to put on the tough love uniform and encourage him to find something that interests him and stick to it. I don't know if he dabbles in some things that are maybe medicinal or maybe, I don't know, just some things. And I just feel like he's drinking or smoking, and there's things that are just kind of slowing up his energy as well. So he's become very complacent in that. So he may need to do a little bit of a revamp in what he's putting in his body and take better care of himself so that he can find a new way of being. You know, give him this year to kind of clean up some things. That doesn't mean wait. I mean, encourage him to clean up his life and make himself move forward and have confidence in himself. And perhaps a good counselor may help him understand why he's feeling unworthy, not good enough, and even abandoned from an early childhood memory. There's some work to do around that. Does that make sense to you, Lydia?
Yes.
So whatever the little boy is inside of him that doesn't feel good enough, we need to get to that little boy inside and have someone who's a trained therapist help him open up and heal that wound so that he can move forward and be a successful man in the world. Thank you, Lydia, for your question. We greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you. You have a blessed day. Thank
you too. Bye for now. 888-565-1470. If we don't get to your question tonight, then please write that number down. I don't want you on hold for the whole week. I'd love for you to call us back next week. But for right now, I've got to go to Delaware. I've got Teresa on the line. Teresa, how are you tonight? Hi, Teresa.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
This is Felicia.
Oh, Felicia. They wrote Teresa. So, well, for today,
hi, Sarah.
For today, you're Teresa. Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right, my dear. How can I assist you? We have like just a couple of minutes. So.
Okay, I just had two questions.
Well, I'm going to pause you. I'm going to pause you, Felicia.
Okay.
Pick your number one question or word it properly because we got 2 minutes. Go.
Okay. Am I going to become supervisor at my job?
There's been some back and forth, though, about that. Is that correct? And there's actually someone who's trying to cut the energy for you not to get that position. Yes, please? There's a conflict or someone who's stirring the pot or not really wanting you to move forward. This is true, yes?
Yeah.
And this is a person who has got a bit of a power in that organization, yes?
Yeah.
Who's the person that you report to now? You have a supervisor. You don't need to say their name on national radio, but there's a person, there's a female energy that you report to right now? Who's the female above you? Okay. So this female energy, she's supposed to move somewhere else. Is that correct?
Not that I know of
Okay.
at this moment.
Okay. There's some movement going on all around, and your supervisor position would still be underneath her. Is that how it's going to work?
Yeah.
Okay. But on a group of people that are working a particular task, yes? And you're going to make sure that they do the task. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. 2 people are in line for that. There's a gentleman that's in line for that. Who's the man who's being considered for the supervisor position as well?
Oh, Lord. Well, I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay. I feel like there's someone
There's a bunch of us.
Yeah, there's a bunch of you. But you know what? I feel as if people respond well to you. Did you have another interview on this, please?
Not that, no.
Do they interview for this?
No. I'm trying really hard to get it.
Okay.
By showing them everything I've got to put in and how long I've been there.
Okay. But who is making the decision? Not your supervisor, someone above them, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
A big boss.
Okay. Then we have to hope we have a sit down with the big boss so that they speak, so they get to know who you are. Yes?
Okay.
Because
Okay,
I feel
great.
like there's some other people who kind of kiss up to the big bosses a little bit more than you do. And I'm not saying for you to go be a kiss up, but I'm just saying there are people who do that. So they're much more flamboyant in how they show themselves in this organization. But I do feel that there is a promotion for you. There is something coming for you. So we're going to pray that it's this moment in time. I don't have a slam dunk on this, and I don't tell you that to shoot you down, Felicia. I tell you that so that you can strategize and make sure you are the best possible person you can be at the job, and see if you can, really shine your light a little brighter. All right, my dear?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling into the show and being our final caller for this night of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Thank you so much for following us. Bye for now.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Bye. Well, thank you, everyone, for following us. Thank you, everyone on YouTube and Facebook and Periscope. We greatly appreciate your following the show, liking the page, sharing the page. We can't thank you enough for being a part of our family, because essentially you make the show. This is all about you, your questions, and Spirit's answer. I'm just, the intermediary. I just get to relay the messages and trust that everything falls in divine order. Because in a time like this, and the way the stars are lining up, I guess that's all we've got. Divine order. Stay strong, everyone. Trust that everything is going to work out and that you're always protected by God and the angels, and know that you are worthy and you are loved. Thank you so much. Good night. God bless you. And I am SarahSpiritual.
There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with SarahSpiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, SarahSpiritual and Spirit answer your most important questions as you navigate life. Listen and call in next week and let Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with SarahSpiritual tonight, visit Sarah at SarahSpiritual.com. You can message SarahSpiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in next week for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.